Hi, my name is Ayanna Crenshaw, and I will be doing my presentation on Francis Bacon. Alrighty. All right, so born on January 22nd, 1561, he was born in London, England, being the second child of Sir Nicholas Bacon, the Lord Keeper of the Seal, and his second wife, Lady Anne Cook Bacon, daughter of Sir Anthony Cook, the tutor to Edward VI and one of the leading humanists of the age. Bacon was educated at home at the family estate at Gorhambury in Hertfordshire until at age 12 he entered Trinity College, Cambridge, where he gained an opposition for scholastic methods uh, of academic training based on Aristotle. After a year studying law at Gray's Inn, he left school and became an assistant to Sir Amos Paulet and went on a trip to Paris, France with him as his assistant. After his father passed in 1579, he was left with nothing of inheritance and returned to England to finish his law studies. After completing his law degree and passing the bar, he became a lecturer at Gray's Inn and eventually was elected to Parliament, where he remained a member for 37 years. His first official work was a letter of advice to Queen Elizabeth, where his ideas offended the Queen and eventually made him lose any opportunity to gain a high position, such as Attorney General or Solicitor General. But he was eventually became a member of the Extraordinary Council. Once James I succeeded Elizabeth, he gained many positions of power, such as being appointed on the King's Council, named Solicitor General, appointed Clerk of the Star Chamber, appointed Attorney General, made a member of the Privy Council, appointed Lord Keeper of the Royal Seal, which was his father's former office, and lastly made Lord Chancellor. However, once he made the highest position of Lord Chancellor, he was arrested and charged with bribery, which is where he was heavily fined and lost all his positions on Parliament and could never hold another political office again. After the loss, he dedicated the rest of his life to philosophical work towards the reform of learning and the establishment of an intellectual community dedicated to the discovery of scientific knowledge for the use and benefit of men. As a philosopher, Bacon opposed many greats such as Plato, Tassilo, and Paracelsus. At a young age, it was Aristotle and his ideas and followers that he had the most opposition to. He found lacking in his work a master principle of general theory of science, which could be applied to all branches of natural history and philosophy, along with his cosmology and theory of science being obsolete. And he felt it was bad that so many medieval thinkers followed him. He didn't oppose him completely, but only on his humanistic approaches on dialectics and metaphysical treatment of natural philosophy in favor of natural forms. Bacon introduces a new systematic structure of disciplines in his work, The Advancement of Learning, in 1605, where he struggles with tradition. It becomes known, arguably, as the first important philosophical work published in English. In this work, he created main themes and ideas such as clear obstacles to or diseases of learning that must be avoided to ensure progress. He calls these distempers of learning, which he names fantastical learning, contentious learning, and delicate learning. Along in this book, he speaks on progress as a steady, cumulative, historical advance in applied scientific knowledge. However, it was in his second unfinished book, The Great Insaturation, and the second part, The New Organ, that was his biggest ideas and contributions to philosophy, along with being the most readable of all his literary works. The word organ means instrument or tool, as Bacon felt he was supplying a new instrument for guiding and correcting the mind in a quest for true understanding of nature. In this book, he speaks of idols, which he sees are characteristical errors, natural tendencies, or defects that beset the mind and prevent it from achieving a full and accurate understanding of nature. According to Bacon, the human mind is not a tabula rasa or blank slate, but instead of being an ideal plane for receiving an image, it is a crooked mirror that gets implicit distortions, causing us to have to constantly improve our minds from the very beginning, meaning free it from the idols before we start any knowledge acquisition. There are 4 idols he mentions: the idols of the tribe, the idols of the cave, the idols of the marketplace, and the idols of the theater. The idol of the tribe is the natural weakness and tendencies common of human nature. They are innate, so they cannot be completely eliminated, but only recognized and compensated for. These can include our senses, our tendency to discern more order in phenomena, wishful thinking, and our tendency to rush to conclusions and make premature judgments. The idol of the cave, unlike the commonality of the tribe, vary from individual to individual. They arise not from nature, but from culture and reflect certain distortions, prejudice, and beliefs that we subject owing to our different family backgrounds, childhood experiences, educations, gender, tradition, religion, social class, and etc. Examples include special allegiance to a particular discipline or theory, high esteem for a select authority, and cookie-cutter mentality, or narrowing our minds of phenomena with our own terms. The idols of the marketplace are hindrances to clear thinking that arise from the intercourse and association of men with each other, with the main issue being language, but not just certain academic communities and disciplines, but common speech that also includes special vocabularies and jargons. He states that the idols imposed by words on the understanding are of 2 kinds. They are either names of things that do not exist, such as cosmology, or faulty, vague, or misleading names for things that do exist, such as words like moist and useful. The idols of the theater, like the ones of the cave, are culturally acquired rather than innate. And although the metaphor of theater suggests an artificial imitation of truth, such as drama, Bacon makes it clear that these idols derive from grand schemes of systems of philosophy, mainly from 3 areas: sophistical philosophy, which is based on few casual observed instances, being constructed out of abstract argument and speculation, such as scholasticism; empirical philosophy, based on single key insight, which is erected into a model to explain phenomena of all kinds, using William Gilbert's experiments as an example; and superstitious philosophy, which is any system of thought that mixes theology and philosophy, which can be like people like Plato. Along with his idols, he also crafted the idea of induction, where Bacon underestimated the role of imagination and hypotheses and overestimated the value of minute observation and bee-like data collection in the production of new scientific knowledge. As far as my references I used in this presentation, they include our textbook Heretics, the Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy, the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, and Wikipedia. Thank you.